Hey everybody, welcome back to Sports Central. Neal, Duncan alongside John Oney, and some great footage there from the U.S. Nationals.
Another great event here in Polk County. I mean, you've got 600 or so shooters from around the country.
Frank Garcia, of course, the owner-operator of Universal Shooting Academy, put us on that event, and it's the reason we have the World Shoot coming in October of 2014 here to Polk County. This next segment brought to us by the Best Western in Auburndale, great partners of tourism and sports marketing. And speaking of a great partner of tourism and sports marketing, Tabitha Biehl is here from the Circle B Bar Reserve, and want to hear what's new and exciting out there at Circle B Bar Reserve and the Discovery Center.
Well, thank you guys very much for having us on today. We've sort of changed up, and this year we're doing community days. So we've done monthly nature themes. For the monthly theme for this month is come see Polk's Wild Side. So we have things that can come out and really get close to nature. Saturday, for instance, from noon to 3 is one of our community days. You can come out and see a live Florida panther, get up close, have your photo taken with it. Come out and see a live bald eagle, birds of prey from Audubon Center coming down to do presentations on live animals and those kind of things. So.
Fantastic. I'm a huge fan of the property down there. I try to go as much as I can, and you can see wildlife all the time. And one thing that I've failed to see, but I know it's huge now, are the owls. There's owls everywhere, and every time I'm there, they're not around. So tell us a little about how do
what
we
does that say about you?
Thank you. How can we see these things? And more, do I have to get there early? Do I have to get there late? Tell us a little bit about that.
A lot of luck, first of all.
Well, then I'm out. Okay.
What's that say about you?
But there are, owls are predominantly nocturnal, and so early mornings, right when the gate opens, is a great time to come and see them, or in the evenings just before our gate shuts, because we're closed during when the sun is down. But we have the opportunity on Friday night for a night hike, so you can come out to one of our night hikes. And you can always check the calendar. We'll have more night hikes as the months go on and stuff. But that's a great way to come out, hear the owls, see the owls, and also you get to shine the lights on the alligator eyes and see how many alligators really are out there in Lake Hancock.
That's a good event for Neal to maybe go and walk around at nighttime with the flashlight and the alligators.
Yeah.
What do you say?
We'll invite you guys out. You'll come with us.
I'd love to be out there. Pushing them in. But well, tell us about the wildlife. I know you're having some special days and bringing in some special things, but what are some of the things that you can see while you're out there?
The wildlife, as you mentioned, you can see very closely. And we're just starting our fall migration, so we have a lot of small warbler-sized birds that are migrating through this time of year. Year-round, you can always come out and see the alligators. We're known to be able to see the alligators up close. There's lots of other wildlife, such as the wading birds, great blue herons, gray egrets, cattle egrets, tricolored herons. We have over 200 bird species that you can come and see at Circle B. But then there's butterflies, there's insects, it's just everything's out there. The draw to Circle B is the ability to see it so close. Our trails take you right through the middle of the habitats. And the wildlife has gotten very used to people. So that is an advantage for visitors the first time. But it's also another reason we're trying to do the community days, to educate people how to not interact and not give in to those temptations of being able to get so close to some of these really amazing animals.
For example, don't come there and think you're going to feed the alligators, because that's a big no-no.
That is a big no-no. That's illegal, throw you in jail, have a little fine, the whole bit. So no feeding of the wildlife while you're out there.
John.
But in December, when we do have the alligators and stuff, you can come out and see the alligators up close, and the gentleman that's coming from Crocodilopolis to do that community day is excellent in telling all the really neat features of alligators. Like they have a third eyelid so they can see underwater, close the one eyelid, still see underwater, and all the really neat factors of wildlife. And so that's one of our goals, is to allow people to come out, get amazed by all this wildlife that's out there, but then also have opportunities to educate about conservation and how cool the species is.
Yeah, I think the education component is probably the most important. I mean, you get, especially with the kids, you get the kids in there and involved and learning these things at an early age. I'm sure that's going to be helpful down the road to progress, through their life. So, any other youth programs that you have out there at the center?
Another program that we have with a partnership with Friends of the Park, Park Partners, Magnify Credit Union. is the Dirt Day programs that we have. And those are held quarterly. I think the next one's coming up in January, but you can go onto the website and check those out. And those are opportunities for kids to come play in the dirt, get their hands dirty, learn a little bit about the plant process and how to propagate a new plant. The great thing about that program is the kids actually put a plant in the ground for us at Circle B so they can come back and see it from years to see what they contributed to the place. But they also get to take a plant home to observe it at their own house too.
That's very cool.
And the website you referenced was polknature.com?
Polknature.com, yes. There's an event calendar, and it also has trail maps for all of our environmental places in Polk County.
Now these events that you're talking about, there's people there, there's guides, there's tours, those kind of things. But you can also tell us if someone just wants to come out on a regular day, what's that experience like?
Yeah, we have a nature center at Circle B Bar Reserve. So that nature center is open to the public, and it's free from Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 4, and then also on Sunday from noon to 4. So that's definitely one thing everyone should stop in and see. The nature center. It has really neat hands-on exhibits and stuff. But in addition to that, the trails are open 365 days a year during daylight hours, and you can come out and hike the trails. We have up to 6 miles of nature trails, and they got a nice little trail map and educational signage along the way. So that's a great way for people to get out and see it too.
Can you get out there and jog the trails and ride the trails as well, or is it just walking and hiking?
It's open to hiking, but it's also for jogging and bicycles. Okay. But we ask everybody to use caution when passing each other on the trails. Some of the trails are very narrow. It's a nature site. We don't have paved trails. It's very nature, dirt paths and those kind of things. So it's a little different than your normal, but we have lots of bicycles that come out and enjoy it that way.
For people who aren't familiar with Circle B, tell us how it got its start, and then, who's funding it, who's providing it for the citizens?
Circle B Bar Reserve is a part of our Polk County Board of County Commissioners Environmental Lands Program, which was a referendum voted on by the citizens in 1994 to set aside environmentally sensitive lands and protect those. So part of the acquisition money came from our own county, Polk County program. The other part of acquisition for the property was the Southwest Florida Water Management District. So we're 50-50 partners in the acquisition. Polk County Environmental Lands Program is the lead managing agency, so our Environmental Lands Program pays for the funds to manage it and put on the programs and stuff that are on there now.
We see some of the great footage from past events there at Circle B Bar Reserve, and I know, John, you spoke earlier that you go out there quite often and you don't see the same thing twice. It's always something, it's nature, and you really don't know that you're in Lakeland. Because you can't hear the highway, you're just one with nature. It's
true. I mean, you've got a beautiful lake, Hancock, I believe, is right there, and you get out there, and all you hear are the birds chirping, and maybe some water, whatever. But I learned very quickly that you need to take a camera, because you never know what you're going to see. I mean, one night we were out there, and a bobcat out of nowhere comes walking out like it's his business, and he lives there. I'm in his environment, and he just walks right across the trail, and we didn't have our camera. So just really neat things out there, from the otters to the alligators and all the different birds. If you're a bird type person, there must be 100 different birds out there. And I know you're coming into a good season where all the northern birds are coming down, the snowbirds.
That's right.
I see what you did there.
You like that?
That's very nice. Well, to that point, do you have programming for seniors or for retirees that are coming down?
We do. We provide on the weekends tram tours to give people easier access to the property. They're free. They just sign up at the Nature Center. So we do the tram tours, and it's guided by one of our volunteer naturalists and stuff.
So for maybe people that aren't able to actually make the whole walk or the trail walk, there's the tram tours.
Yes.
And this is free of charge,
correct? Free of charge. And it's interesting, a lot of people come on the tram tour at the beginning of the season, and then we'll come back and go on February and try to come back later. Because like you said, as the season goes, you see a whole different sleuth of wildlife species. And we've had over 10,000 white pelicans at one time in the marsh before. It was like, you say snow, it looked like it literally had snowed in the marsh. So we have some really amazing visual things that happen in that landscape out there.
So really stuff for every age, because I know you do the school groups out there, you have these special events for the school-age children, but also all the way up through retirees that can come out there. Something for everybody.
Something for everyone, yes, definitely.
What if you want to volunteer and become a volunteer? I mean, do you need volunteer help on the weekends, and how would you go about doing that?
We are always looking to increase our volunteer pool. We have amazing volunteers to start with, but we're always looking for new people that want to join our program. And we have so many different opportunities for volunteering. All you have to do is come to the Nature Center or call us or stop by or look on the website, fill out the volunteer application. But our volunteers solely cover our visitors desk that we have when you come in the Nature Center. They cover that. Our volunteers lead the tram tours for the general public. They lead other nature hikes. We have volunteers that lead bird hikes for people that need assistance in identification of bird species. So our volunteer pool is wide open, and we'd love to have new volunteers anytime.
Well, Tabitha, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for all that you guys do out there for the citizens of Polk County, and we look forward to more exciting things.
Great. Thank you, guys.
All right.